Hi, everyone. It is our weekly dream session edition. It's been a while since we've done it because I've been alternating now on Thursdays where I do pink possibilities one Thursday and then I do dream sessions the next Thursday. And so I'm excited to talk about today. What do you do when you feel like you're doing all of this work? You're working towards your goal, you're working towards your dream, you're working towards that vision, but then it's like, I'm doing all of this stuff, but like nothing's happening. Like I'm not seeing any results from it. I'm not seeing anything moving in the direction that I want it to go. So, what do I do? So, my first question would be okay, is this something that God planted on your heart, right? Is this something that you're supposed to be doing? Is this something, is this a dream that was like given from God? Like where did this dream come from? Is this somebody else's dream that they want for you? Like, is this something you really want to do, right? And if the answer is yes, this is a dream that God has planted on my heart, like I know that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, then I would say keep going. Even though it looks like nothing's happening, right? But there are things happening. There's a whole bunch of stuff being orchestrated in the background on your behalf that you just cannot see yet. And you've probably heard the book 3 Feet from Gold, right? The guy was, the gist of the book is that you are so close to reaching your goal, but a lot of times we give up right before we hit it and we don't realize how close we are. And we completely miss out because we give up right before we hit it because we don't see any results, or we're not seeing the things that we want to happen, or we want things to happen much faster and they're not happening as fast as we want them to go, right? And so then we give up and then we miss out. We miss out on a goal. We miss out on a dream. The vision that we have for our life doesn't come true. Or if it does, it's like way down the road, like years later, right? Way down the road because we missed the opportunity. And so you want to keep going no matter what. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Even when it looks like nothing is coming together, even when like you make phone calls and people aren't answering the call, people are just saying no left and right. You keep going. Okay, keep going, because I promise you that things are working out for you. You just cannot see it yet, but all of a sudden at some point in time, who knows, what if we all knew what the point in time was, no one would give up because you'll keep working until you get to that point in time, right? So we don't know what the point in time is, which means you got to keep going. But at some point in time, things are going to go poof, and everything's going to come together. And everything is going to start to work out. And everything you touch is going to be gold. And every phone call you make, people are going to respond. And every question you ask, the answer is going to be yes. And every single person you try to book, they're going to be like, okay. And everything is going to work out as long as you keep going. And when you get to that time and point, okay, that time and point when things are supposed to, all of the stuff that was happening in the background starts to come to the foreground, and things just come out of nowhere. Like people will start to call you, people will be reaching out to you, people will be asking you the question instead of you asking them the questions, right? People will want to be a part of what you're doing when that point in time happens. So, right now, though, in the midst of it, and this is all part of the growth phase, right? This is all part of the building phase, because you're just working, not seeing any results, working, not really seeing any forward progress. This is all part of the growth. In this phase, you are growing, you are stretching, you are learning, you are dealing with some emotions, right? Because frustrations pop up. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing all of this and nothing's happening. Um, Things are happening. Okay. You just got to keep going. You got to keep pushing, keep going, keep going. Because, like I said, at some point in time, it's going to go whoosh, and everything is going to all come together. And before you know it, you will have crossed that finish line, whatever the goal is. If the goal is to purchase a brand new house, right? You will have crossed the finish line. You will have did it. If the goal is to take your family on a vacation, you will have done that, right? So you got to keep going. You cannot give up, no matter what it looks like. Keep going, keep going. And the other thing I would say is reach out to your mentor. Reach out to your mentor, because your mentor has probably been at that same spot that you're in right now. Probably has been there, same spot you're in right now, has experienced it. And your mentor can tell you exactly like, this is a normal process. This is part of the process. Keep going. Just don't stop. Keep going. Just don't stop. Because at some point in time, right? At some point in time, everything is going to work out. Everything is going to come together, but you got to keep going. Okay. So don't give up. Don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on your dreams. It's the middle of February, right? We set New Year resolutions, or we have goals for the new year. Have you already given up on them? Have you already put them off to the side? Have you already said, well, I'll just start all over again next year? Right? Don't give up. Don't give up. I promise you, it will all come together. But the key is you have to keep going. You have to keep going. All right, you all, thank you so much for joining me on another Dream Session edition. I hope you have an amazing evening, and it's almost the weekend. So, a great weekend as well.